The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Today, we're breaking down the film from a Jet win. What happened that allowed the Jets to actually get a W? The great Joe Blewett from JetX will be here to break down the All-22. It's the Jake Asman Show. Victory Tuesday. Why not? Let's hit it and get it started.
How much worse can it get for Aaron Glenn's Jets team? Can he salvage this season and give us something to be excited about? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go. The Jake Asman Show is live for the second time today, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Reminder, a couple days left in the month of October. Join the Patreon and sign up for the year. You'll get 10 raffle tickets automatically applied. You get bonus shows, your name in the intro, which we're going to update in a few short days, 20% off every item in the merch store, and the best perk of all, you get access to our private Discord channel. Let's say hello to a guy who has seen a lot of bad this year. He's watched all the film from each Jets game, but this week he got to watch film from a win. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Blewett from JetX and JetsXFactor.com. Joe, we finally have a victory. My God, I'm very happy for this fan base, and especially for someone like you who has to not only watch the games in real time, but then go back and dissect it again and again and again. And you got to watch a really entertaining game and a game that the Jets ultimately got the W in.
Yeah, 39-38. I'm wondering how many people like Monday night miracled your meetup there, left in the first half or whatever it was, and then you
there were
come back
there were definitely a lot of people that left, no doubt.
And then we're regretting it on the train ride home or whatever. Like, damn it, I shouldn't have left. So I'm happy for all the Asmaniacs who made it out, and for you that they were able to win that game. Obviously with the whole Mangold stuff, like them winning in Ohio, like 40 minutes from where you grew up and stuff is awesome as well. Obviously with bad circumstances, but yeah, no, it's fun. It got to the point where it's just not fun to watch it. And then I watched a lot of quarterback film in recent weeks or the last week, and I was excited to watch that because Jets film just didn't do it for me anymore. But watching victories, we got a lot of good to talk about today, so I'm excited.
Very excited to break it down. We got film on the offense. We got some great defensive film. You were telling me off air you were really impressed with AZ Thomas making his first career start, so we certainly will cover that. But let's get to it, Joe, because it's not often that we get to actually be joyful when talking about the product this team has put on the field. So let's get into some film review from the Jets and the Bengals. You pick where we start. I know we're starting on offense, but break it down. Here we go. It looks like we got an Isaiah Davis sighting on this first play. Go ahead, Joe.
This is for the Isaiah Davis Hive. I was initially the conductor of this. I remember watching him initially. I was like, I actually like his film more than Braylon Allen. And then I watched his film last year versus Braylon Allen, and I said that Braylon Allen has the higher ceiling of the two players. But if you watch them rep by rep in 2024, Isaiah Davis was actually the better player last year. And now that he's actually coming out and making some plays, I was ecstatic. And this one's not overly complicated, just a 50-yard run. And I can't really pause these, so I'm just going to try to kind of mention it while before it happens, so then you guys can see it. But this is it's a mid-outside zone. And initially, when he's taking the snap of the ball, you're actually going to see his eyes just really quickly shift to the D tackle right here. The D tackle is the 1 second in this situation. He actually knifes to the opposite A gap. You're going to have Isaiah Davis who notices that, and his eyes immediately go to the outside where Membo does a really good job kicking out 99 right there. And then he hits the B gap hard on this play. And he does a good job of, I don't know if it lagged for you right there. in your foot traffic, kind of, for lack of a better term. You want to pull your knees high. If you pull your knees high, you have a better chance of getting out of there with balance instead of kind of tripping. So really good vision by Davis, just seeing that D tackle spike inside, eyes outside. Hell of a job by Membu, getting the position he does. I'll pause it and just kind of freeze frame Membu right here, but really awesome position, working off of his insteps with hands inside. Again, Davis sees that, sees the linebacker coming, lowers his shoulder, two hands in the ball, high knees out of there, and then the race is on for 50 yards for Isaiah Davis. So I had to start there because I've been on his bandwagon for quite a bit. So I'm glad that finally people this week are like, hey, Isaiah Davis is actually pretty good. I'm like, I've been trying to say it. So kudos to Isaiah Davis for 50 yards right there.
Yeah, I like a lot of what we have seen from Isaiah Davis in limited opportunities. I went to the green and white scrimmage this summer, and he was the best player on offense for the Jets that day. So I'm with you, man. I think they got something there. And obviously, Brees had a great game too, which I'm sure we'll have some film on him to dissect. But good first play there. Where are we going next?
Yeah. And the linebackers, by the way, I didn't mention it. They have a scratch and sniff, exchange there, but nonetheless, we'll get to the next play. I didn't mention that, but next one is it's a Brees Hall 30, 35. I forget exactly how far this one is. This one is, I can break this down for quite a while. I don't want to, especially because I can't like frame by frame it. But the front side of the Jets offensive line here, specifically the tight ends and Membu, do such an excellent job. It is out of control. It's another outside zone, mid zone play from the Jets. Starting with Membu, the right tackle, verse 97. He does a really good job of just getting hands on quickly, hands inside, with the right hand specifically being on the inside. We're gonna have Tippmann, who comes on a combo and kind of knocks the hip of 97, but Membu does a really good job of just staying attached to the block, really good grip strength, and just driving Stewart probably a good 7-8 yards down the field into his face, which is always good for an offensive lineman. And then going back to Rucker and Mason Taylor could not do a better job than they do on this combo block, where they basically split the difference of 44 right here. What they both want to do is have like near foot, near shoulder, splitting the difference of 44, and they couldn't do a better job of it like they are in this freeze frame. Both have really tight arm angles into the hip, which is the center of gravity, which actually creates movement. Secondarily, you have Rucker, who eventually takes this over. His right hand's inside. He does a good job like torquing 44 to the inside to get that positional leverage. Mason Taylor, though, on this rep is ridiculously good. Like this is upper tier blocking from a tight end, and especially a rookie. But what he does here, and I wish I could freeze frame it a little bit, is you see how like he doesn't just leave the block. His assignment's 55 to the second level there on the combo. He doesn't just leave the block, though. He kind of stuffs it inside with the left hand on 44 just to help Ruckert a little bit more with eyes up on the 55, lands his hands on 55, pops him, and then drives him to the turf. Here, I'll rewind it a little bit again so you can see him laying the hands on and then drive him into the turf. So a fantastic job by the front side of the Jets line on that one. But Mason Taylor, bravo. That's as good as it gets as a blocker.
Wow, that's an awesome rep right there. It's something you don't really notice when you're just watching the game broadcast, that attention to detail there. I mean, it was really encouraging to see how well Taylor played. I think Ruckert has kind of established himself as like a tight end too. You know, someone that is not a liability anymore. He's improved. So that's good to see. And Brees had a great game. So that's a great rep right there. Where are we going next? Because I'm excited so far. 2 plays in, we got the good stuff.
Yeah. Like you said, the attention to detail too, like the fact that he keeps his hands on the DN there and doesn't leave him, like that little intricacy is so important, because that could be the difference of that DN getting outside leverage on Ruckert and blowing up the play versus not. It's the patience for a rookie there is honestly like it's pretty impeccable. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't see that stuff a lot. I'm not saying he's an excellent run blocker at this point in his career, but that rep is literally as good as it gets. And I'm not one to blow smoke. So next one is the Hall's 26-yard touchdown run. So they call this. Yeah, so they call this like bash, where he goes the opposite way. But basically, if Fields keeps it, I saw some people say this is a dart run. It's not a dart run to Fields. A dart run would be if you had Fashanu kick out the D end here, and then he leads into the B gap. That would be more of a dart. When you have the D end who's just left alone, it's actually called a tackle trap. So I saw some misconceptions, I guess, about what the play call is here on field side. But we have a tackle trap to the D end if he is to pull the ball. But what happens here is the excellent thing about it is because Membu pulls right here, the gaps change for the linebacker. So now this linebacker shuffles inside to take the A gap. So him pulling actually helps Tippmann get positional leverage on the linebacker. So it's an excellent job. Just knowing that. You have the bash. They hand it off to the bash. Why? Because the D end collapses down here. So as soon as that D end collapses down, you hand the ball off. If he were to stay a little bit more shallow, he pulls it, and he actually have a good field side here as well with the tackle trap. But because he crashes down, Fields hands it off to Brees, outruns him. And then it's just a race up the sideline. He eventually sees the one of the DBs flattening across his face. So he puts the brakes on, reaccelerates up the sideline, really good sideline awareness, dives in for the touchdown.
Like all around. This was the best Brees game we've seen since. I mean,
yeah,
it's up there, man.
Probably since the Pats game, end of 2023. Was that 2023? The end of I think probably about then. This is his best game. That or like the Bills game in that was 2023 as well, though, right? I believe so. Yeah, I would say that game, the Pats game.
Yeah, the Belichick's last game.
Yeah. Sent him out of Foxborough with an L. That's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, man, it's exciting to watch. Hopefully we continue this. Hopefully the Jets could build upon this and it doesn't just flame out and we lose against the Browns next week. But positive vibes only from here on out. And hopefully the Jets can stack some dubs.
We'll talk about just, what's real, what's not, how much of it is bad defense from the Bengals coming up. But we're basking in the glory of a positive film review. And why don't we bask in the glory of an epic raffle? Ladies and gentlemen, the prize we're giving away today is a Nick Mangold jersey to pay tribute to the great number 74. So gift away or send in a $10 super chat or higher to qualify. The chat seems a little light right now. Where is everybody? Make some noise. The Jets have themselves a win. Let me announce the prizes for the upcoming weekly raffle. That's right. We had 3 winners this morning. We're on to raffle number 47. And the top prize is a Nick Mangold autographed item. It could be a jersey, a football, or a helmet. I'm bidding on all these items right now. So I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something related to Nick Mangold as the top prize. And I'm stepping it up this week. Prize 2, another Wayne Corbett autographed football. And, man, I got to get rid of these while I have them when he's coming off a great game. A signed Justin Fields jersey is your third prize. So, ladies and gentlemen, gift away. New week of raffles. It all starts right now. All right, Joe, let's get to the next play here. What do we have?
I might have to throw my hat in the ring for that Nick Mangold jersey. I kind of regret not getting one as a kid, but now that this happened, I feel like I have to. I had a brick, but never a Nick. So I might have to throw my hat in there. But so we're gonna have and this is the Jets. One of their most frequent concepts is dagger and crease concepts. So we're gonna have the clear out from the slot to the bottom right here. It's like an alert route where if you see middle of the field open, you can throw that route. But really, what we're trying to do is hit the dig behind it. It just shows some confidence from Justin Fields in this game, and part of it was bad defense. We'll talk about it, but part of it was also his confidence. So play action. Doing it from 12 personnel here, so you get some good blocking. Again, you have the dagger concept to the bottom. You have the clear out from the inside slot of Arian Smith, and then just confidence from Justin Fields to rip this ball over the linebackers' heads. Now, the one question I would have is I don't necessarily love that I think it's Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson, it's about a 7-yard cut. You think you want to cut it a little bit more sharp than he does, but nonetheless, doesn't screw up the timing too much. Play action handoff, extra hitch up, and then fire that ball over the linebackers for Justin Fields on the dagger concept, hitting that primary read right there in Tyler Johnson. So excellent play from Fields, showing some confidence there from him, which he has not had in weeks. So maybe Woody Johnson needs to have some pep talks every week and just call Justin Fields crap, and then maybe he'll come out like this every time. I
have it right here, man. I mean, this he put this in Fields' locker, man. If we just complete a pass, it would look good. That's That master motivator, Woody Johnson, Richard Wood Johnson, he knew what he was doing.
Do you have like a 3D printer? Like, how did you get that so quickly?
I don't, but the great Mike Dorama, who came to my watch party and gave me this, he did. So
there you
I
go.
said, I'm gonna show this on the show because I thought the Jets were gonna get killed. But it turns out now we can laugh at it. Great.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, maybe that changed the Jets luck around. You never know. But those 3D printers are wild, man. I've seen some of those in action. They're crazy. But,
they are unbelievable.
Next play is the touchdown to Tyler Johnson, and on this play, it's actually a little bit broken here too, because we have a spot concept, and what his reads are actually going to be here. His first read is the flat route with I believe is it Mason Taylor or is it Rucker? Whoever's attached right here to the top of the screen. The flat route is the first read, and then he's actually going to go to like the hook from Alan Lazard to the outside, and Tyler Johnson is his third read here. But what happens is when the DB blitzes, so the DB comes off of the edge, and forgive me if I don't know if it's lagging for you or not, Jake, but it's lagging a little bit for me. Is it lagging for you or no?
We see it pretty good.
No?
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's moving.
Maybe just on my end. Yeah. So what happens here is, again, and that first read is open, but that DB blitzes off the edge, so he's not confident that he can get the ball to the flat right there. Because if he throws the ball at the flat, it may be at too low of an angle where that DB is going to deflect it. So I remember initially watching this and be like, dude, but the flat was open, because that's undoubtedly his first read. Spot concept is a triangle read. It's gonna be outside, inside hook to the corner route to the top. So I think what happens here is he quickly recognizes, okay, I can't get the ball to the flat. He sees Tyler Johnson, who's heads up with the DB over the top of him, and realizes, okay, if he's heads up with him, he could probably win to the outside. And then he just chucks the ball up there, anticipating where Tyler Johnson will be, and throws a dime to Tyler Johnson. So it's not something I saw talk about a lot on like social media. I saw some of that happens there with, again, the flat route being kind of covered by the blitzing DB. He doesn't think he can get there. Hey, I'm just going to chuck it up to Tyler Johnson. He's heads up. He should win to the outside. Puts it in an absolute by Justin Fields. But if you're questioning why I didn't get into the flat, it's because of that blitzing DB. But if the blitzing DB isn't there, he hits the flat all day. It's just not a touchdown.
Love that. To me, that throw, because it was earlier enough in the game. I think the score was 17-3 when he threw that touchdown. That, to me, just watching it in real time, is when it kind of started to click a little bit for Fields. Like, he started to gain some confidence. Like, okay, I can play quarterback, because like he had to go through his reads there, as you pointed out. Like, that was the third read. So I think he gained a lot of confidence after converting on that.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to compare him to Zach Olsen, especially coming off of a good game, but they're kind of the same, where like one thing goes wrong and it snowballs, or one thing goes right and they're that's those type of quarterbacks though, where they ride the hot streak or the low streaks or the bad streaks or just ride them out as well. They can't kind of like flip the script on themselves. So you can kind of tell early with Justin Fields if he's feeling a little bit. And you're right, that was play 16 of mine. So that was at least in the first quarter, the first half. So the Jets' first touchdown in the first half since week 1. So we'll take it. And obviously they build upon that and come down from, was it 23? Was it 23 points at the start of the fourth quarter, I believe. So excellent game by the Jets, obviously, in Fields.
Yep, 100%. 23 points in the fourth quarter, the most they've scored in a fourth quarter since the Monday Night Miracle 25 years ago.
Yeah, come up with a name for it. I don't know exactly what the name would be. I'm not that creative on the spot, but whatever you want to call it, with the Asmaniacs leaving the party and then having to regret it the entire way home.
We're calling this game the Mangold Miracle. So, paying homage to the great Nick Mangold, man. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We got the film review with Joe Blewett. We got a new raffle prize up for grabs today in honor of Nick Mangold, which is a Nick Mangold jersey. I'm going to gift the membership right now to get us started, because we have no one that has been entered this point at this point in the show. So right now, someone is about to get a gifted membership, and I'll put you in the raffle for both the weekly and our end of the show prize. That is coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure, if you're just tuning in, that you are subscribed to the channel, because we got a lot of good things cooking. I gifted a membership. It officially went to listener Connor Clow. Connor, you are in the Asmaniac raffle, and you are now a channel member. Hit it.
First win!
Bang. You know, we could do a little better than that, Joe. Why don't we debut a brand new video on this channel? You ready for this? Hit it. NFL Films just released video of Glenn's post-game locker room
Nice.
speech, and that was how he capped it off. Who want to fly with them Jets? For at least a week, Joe. We flew and looked competent, and we won a football game. Hell yeah.
I felt really stupid there for a second. I'm like, how did I miss that he said that on like the initial times they released that? Then you said the NFL Films. I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm not that dumb. So,
Yep,
you know,
brand
it's
new.
awesome. Awesome to the locker room. Little bit of buy-in there too. They look excited. So hopefully, we can turn it around. That's what we have to hope at this point.
That's it. I mean, that's all we have right now. Just hope that this is something, and we can go from there. Let's get to the next play here. Justin Fields converting a 4th and 1. Take it away, Joe.
Yeah. So I know you already saw this on social media, but this was the play that beat the Jets in 2022, the Brock Wright like 40-yard touchdown or whatever exactly it was. But good play by Fields. There's a little bit of intricacies with this. So I like so after the play action, his first reads to the bottom of the screen. He's not going to throw that flat because you have the corner over the top. So I like the decision to not throw that ball. Typically after that flat route, you're going to get to the crossers right here from it's Lazard and whoever's to the top. It may be Tyler Johnson or whoever it may be. He doesn't throw Tyler Johnson, and he could have in this situation because Tyler Johnson does come open over the middle, but he almost immediately gets to Rucker. It would just be a little bit weird to go flat to the bottom and then flat to the top without reading the crossers. Maybe he's supposed to bypass it. Typically, you're going to see quarterbacks not bypass that and hit Tyler Johnson. He doesn't. Okay, we live to fight another day. This is more of an Engstrand play than a Fields play. But I love the fact that you have the play action again from heavy personnel, single back, which the Jets have not been passing a lot under center. So they did that quite a few times, and we could talk about Engstrand a little bit. Some of the new things he did in this game, which were nice. But like the play action from under center, flat's not there. Good job by Fields not taking it. Crossers there, doesn't really give them the time of day, so he comes right off of it and then gets to Rucker on what's called the Y leak play. He's just going to block in the formation and then leak out across the formation. And then he's going to be wide open in the flat right there, breaks the tackle 30 yards. But hell of a job by Engstrand pulling out a play from 3 years ago with the Y leak to convert in a dire situation for the Jets.
Hell yeah. I love that. I love that Tanner had that in his bag. There was a question that came in from the champ, Mr. Bonesy. What are your feelings on Tanner overall so far? Not just in this game, but from what you've seen from a play calling standpoint.
Yeah. So again, initially I gave him like a good grade, like a B+. He fell off a little bit the last few weeks, just some lack of creativity on short down situations, lack of running Justin Fields. And I hear a lot of people say RPOs and read option like they're the same thing. They're not. You don't want Justin Fields RPOing because you have to read really quickly on RPOs. You read options too. He's a little bit sketchy, but what I wanted to see more from Tanner Engstrand, and I've seen it in the last 2 weeks, was more designed quarterback runs, like no read option, no RPO. You just keep the freaking ball. And he did it a couple times this week, at least 4 or 5 times this week, last week as well. We saw, I believe, the Jets sweep to Isaiah Williams in this game. We haven't seen a lot of those. We saw a few screen passes, which we haven't seen. You also had Max Mitchell come in quite a few times in this game. And I believe before this, every time they brought in Max Mitchell, they ran the ball every single time, which teams study that stuff. They know this stuff is coming if you're not going to be tendency breaker or not, you're not going to break your tendencies. This game, Max Mitchell comes in, they pass the ball. You have Fields running the ball. You have screens. You have jet sweeps. You have play action passes from under center, which we haven't seen a lot of them passing from under center. So we changed it up this week, pulling out plays from the pass, the halfback pass to Mason Taylor was also a play that the Lions did. So he was excellent in this game. I would say he started off hot, dipped down a little bit, but then really, really rebounded this game. So I'm happy with him. He's definitely passed. He has a passing grade so far, no doubt.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, first person to gift today is the guy who won a Walt Clyde Frazier signed Knicks jersey in our weekly raffle this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt L. Hit it.
Who want to fly with them?
They start winning, and that becomes a thing. Who want to fly with them Jets? I'm all about it.
Oh, dude, just Membu trying to bring back the flying thing is it's fantastic. Those are immaculate vibes that we haven't even tasted in 15 years at this point. So yeah, keep winning. Just keep friggin' winning. Let's not talk about tanking and draft picks. And hopefully this quarterback review I do in next week is going to be stupid because the Jets are going to be picking 18th. Like that's what I want, but we'll see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, more breakdowns from the great Joe Blewett here as we go through the film from a victorious Jet game on Sunday. What do we have here, Joe?
Yeah, this one's really quick. I really don't have to break anything down on this one. Left side of your screen. I just want 2 Mason Taylor plays back to back because even though the stat line doesn't look great for him in some of these games, like 5, what did he have this game? 5 catches, 35 yards, a touchdown, something like that. But so many of his catches the last few weeks have been contested. He comes from the left side of your screen on an option route, sits it down and breaks back outside versus 49. 49 is all over him and on his back, and he's still able to catch that ball. Again, it's very quick, but I just want to point out, like, this dude has been very, very impressive for the Jets in his reps the last few weeks. I'm going to pull up the next one of him on obviously the touchdown pass, right? But there's little intricacies of this play that people might not recognize on the first watch through, but we'll watch it. And remember that maybe a play or two before this was a 3rd and 2, right? Mason Taylor catches the pass from Justin Fields. He turns up the field and he gets hit immediately. And I'm not saying it's the toughest contested catch in the world, but it's not an easy contested catch either. Like, to catch the ball, turn up field, and get smacked immediately, plenty of guys drop that. So he caught that ball as well. We saw the option route catch. 3rd and 2 also had that catch. I'm not going to pull it up just for the sake of time. And then the next play that I have up is going to be the Hall pass, the Hall pass to Mason Taylor, and just showing you some of the intricacies of how Mason Taylor pulled this off. So Hall admitted to this after the game, like, hey, Mason Taylor was open right off the jump and he probably should have thrown it. We're obviously not going to kill Breece Hall because he's a running back. He's not a quarterback, but they do a good job of just bluffing a block on the front side with Mason Taylor, who then sneaks to the back pylon. And Breece initially pumps it, right? Doesn't throw it. And then what he sees here, and credit to Breece Hall, is he sees Mason Taylor's eyes. He sees the back of the DB. Throw it up, put it a foot over the DB's head, and let Mason Taylor make a play. But the thing that makes this play happen is it's Mason Taylor. One, it's obviously Breece Hall putting the ball in a good area, but from Mason Taylor's standpoint, it's the late hands. Like, nobody's talking about that, but if he attacks this ball earlier, it gives the DB a chance to make a play on the ball. But he attacks this ball as late as he possibly can, over the DB's head. And then what I want you to watch here is it's gonna be quick when you guys see this, just because I can't kind of frame by frame it like I necessarily want to. But what he does here is the DB in this situation is, oh crap, on beat. What he's gonna try to do is he's gonna try to punch his right arm or left arm through the hands, or through the hands in the ball, or even just to the elbows, because you have tight ends, receivers who typically are going to pull the ball down to them when they catch the ball, but when the hand is in there, they pull the ball down and it naturally knocks the ball out. So what Mason Taylor does here is, instead of tucking the ball immediately, he actually pulls the ball away from the DB, so the DB can't get his hands in there. So watch him pull the ball away from the DB. Oops, sorry, and kind of pull it away. See how he pulls it away there, like last second? Let me see if I can rewind it a little bit. Instead of just catching it, tucking it down, pulls it away. Absolutely fantastic job by Mason Taylor, dude. Like, the late hands pairing it with pulling that ball away and not pulling it down is just beyond fantastic.
Yeah, it's that subtle thing that I see exactly what you're talking about there. That's awesome. I really like Mason Taylor. I think they got that pick right.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I said, DBs are taught that, because a lot of receivers, they catch it, and when you're pulling it down into your body like that, if the hand's through, knocks it out, right? So you pull it away from the receiver or from the DB. Just the little things that he's doing as a rookie tight end. Future is super, super bright for Mason Taylor.
Vinny is in the raffle for one. For those tuning in late, our top 3 prizes: a signed Nick Mangold item is the grand prize, a signed Wayne Corbett football, and a signed Justin Fields jersey. And we'll give away a Mangold jersey to one lucky Jet fan as Maniac at the end of the show. So make sure you gift and enter for a new week of raffle prizes and daily prizes every day on the show. Let's get to our next play here. It looks like we're going to a little defensive side of the ball now. Joe, take it away.
Yeah, this was so I had Brownlee in the review here as well, but we're just going to highlight Azaria Thomas because he got beat by Higgins for one catch for a touchdown. He could have played it a tiny bit better, but he played it like 98% very well. He just looked back for the ball a little bit late and kind of got a little bit lost instead of just playing it through Higgins. But overall, man, like for a rookie in his first ever start drawing Higgins and Chase is quite literally the hardest matchup you could possibly have as a rookie, and he passed with flying colors. I don't care about the one catch to Chase and the one catch to Higgins for a touchdown. So we're gonna watch him, and I'll do these a little bit less intricate just because again with corner play you really do have to freeze frame it and kind of walk through it, but I don't want to do that. But 3rd and 9. Top of the screen versus Jamar Chase on an inbreaker, and he does an excellent job here. Eyes are low, stance is low. He inches backwards with really small steps. You want to inch backwards with small steps, not big steps. Big steps lead to large movement, overreactions. Small steps lead to you being able to change direction quickly and not overreact to movement. So does a really good job inching back. Gets his right hand on Chase. Chase works the inside stem. He has help over the top, so Azareye'h Thomas is completely okay with playing this in trail. Gets onto the outside hip, undercuts the route. His hands on the right shoulder, not allowing Chase to get out of this break cleanly. Flacco tries to target him, but he's not out of the break cleanly because of Azareye'h Thomas's coverage. And you have a rookie corner in the 3rd round who just shut down Jamar Chase on 3rd and 9 when he was the first read. So an excellent job by him, and we'll just continue to go through another 3 or 4 plays of Azareye'h Thomas versus 2 of the best receivers in the NFL, and again dominated in my opinion. So excellent from him.
Love that. You could have had a pick too if they didn't have the rule where you got to reestablish yourself. Like that was an interception, man. He made a great play on that ball too, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And I didn't put that one. I don't think I put that one in here, but an excellent job by him against Chase on that one as well. Unfortunately, like I said, because of the rules, he doesn't get the pick. But I know he was beat, so he doesn't maybe get an A+. But for a rookie in his first start, it has to be an A game in terms of like who was the most impressive from this game. Give it to Azareye'h for me. Him and Mason Taylor were just beyond fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next play we're breaking down. Take it away, Joe Blewett.
I'm trying to multitask here. I'm trying to sign into my YouTube so I can get on, donate some memberships. Selfishly, not for you, but for the Mangold jersey. But I don't want.
I'll give you some time.
I'm gonna do it after.
Hold on.
I'll do it after.
You need time? I got you. Here's 11 seconds.
Who wanna fly with them? Yeah!
Yeah, buddy. Oh, I got even more time for you. You see what our guy Frank P just did here? 20 channel memberships. Hugs for everyone.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Oh, yeah. I got my helmet. Here we go. I got 20 names to read off. Putting this bad boy on. My Mekhi Becton helmet here. Ladies and gentlemen, the following 20 people are channel members: Kyle, Jazz, the Turtle, Rock Benz, Frank, Jason C., Tom Murray, Captain, Nicky James, Derek Gallo, Jay, Julian Vasquez, the Bat Fella, Anthony Dupree. Who we got more here? David Perlmutter, Andres 1K, Rich Rise, My Young Ring, yourmin.com. And then, oh my God, is that a Joe Blewett sign? So Frank with a 20 spot, and then Joe Blewett checking in, getting himself in the raffle. He just gifted 5.
If we can just complete a pass, it would look good.
Hey, I got news for you, Woody. Who want to fly with them Jets?
Who wanna fly with them? Yeah!
Love it. Very rare you get the guest of the show to enter the raffle, but it has happened, folks. Joe Blewett in for 5 as well.
Like I said, don't think I'm a good person. I want that Mangold jersey. So that's all it's about. But,
you know what I'm going to do?
I appreciate it.
100%. I'm going to look into, I know O'Leary's doing a great job raising money for the National Kidney Foundation. I'm going to see maybe I could take like a portion of all the memberships that come in this week for the Mango thing, and we'll make a charitable donation on behalf of the Asmaniac community, something like that.
Yeah, dude, excellent job by Matt. As soon as I saw that, I bought a T-shirt, and I was like, you know what, such a good cause. I went back 2 hours later, ordered a sweatshirt. I'm like, fuck it, kind of wanted it in black, but no, I had to, man. So shout out to O'Leary on that one.
Love that. All right, here we go. More play breakdown here. This next play. You have it ready? Yep, it's this one right here, right?
Yep. Yep. So this is another one by, this one's both Brownlee and Thomas. We'll just do Thomas. Brownlee, he's in the slot versus Jamar Chase, who's in motion. He does a really good job just playing with outside leverage. He has so what it is, it's a cone bracket on Jamar Chase. So you have Brownlee, who is in the slot right now on the near hash to us. He plays at outside leverage because of his inside break. You have Malachi Moore, who's going to drive down on that. So you have a cone on him. Brownlee does a good job just staying at outside leverage and then jamming the crap out of Jamar Chase, getting hands on, matching the route break. A little bit of a push off and just contact there, so there's a little bit of room, but good job. And then Azareye'h Thomas again, man, to the bottom of the screen, stays square, gets a shuffle in, presses number 80. Matches over the top and completely squeezes that route to the sideline on third down. So you have another incidence of him shutting guys down in a key situation on third down. So great job by Brownlee against Chase right there, using the 5-yard rule within his advantage. He jams him within those 5 yards, really physical. And then a good job by Azareye'h being patient, keeping his hips square, eyes low, getting hands on, and then not getting too flat, playing it over the top, squeezing the route to the sideline.
That's a great rep right there. I wonder, what did you see on film from Stevens? Because PFF had him as like the best graded corner in the league this past week.
Yeah, so it's PFF. I don't know how they track their stuff. You literally just had JJ Watt. Was it JJ Watt last week said like a Uber driver was saying that he grades defensive line or whatever. So I don't really know how they go by it. There was some times where the guys got separation on him, but listen, he's playing against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Like overall, he was good. And minus the first 3 weeks, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be too bold here, but I think he's almost outplayed his contract since the first 3 weeks. The last 5 weeks, he's been a legitimately very good number 2 corner in the league. So you have to give him his flowers. I think the problem is typically Jets fans really build their opinion quickly on a guy. So if you suck your first 2 games, 3 games, it is very hard to bounce back with Jets fans because that initial opinion is everything. But the last 5 weeks, he's been more than what you've paid him to be. He's been really, really good for number 2 corner. So this game, a little bit of separation on him, but overall, very good. I'm sure they just do that by targets and stuff like that, however they do it. But overall, no doubt about it, he was very good.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Quick question here from the Human Fund, and we're going to get to the super chats. Gators got a good one. I see Snowball's got a nice reflection on Mangold, so we'll get to that coming up. But the Human Fund wants to know, through 8 weeks, how are you feeling about Arian Smith?
Yeah, been a little bit miscast. He had that 25 yard completion on that hinge route, deep left sideline. It's just like it's like an outside stem curl basically, and he beat the corner there. He attacked blind spot. Fields was actually a little bit late to get rid of that ball, and he caught that ball. He's had a few instances like the deep ball where he could have fought back to it, but I think Arian Smith is in a situation where he's a 4th round rookie, right? He's raw. And he's a vertical receiver on an offense that doesn't really work vertically ever, So I don't think he's in the best position to succeed with the Jets. So I think you have to just give him more time. Honestly, I don't think he's been bad or good. We actually look at some of the separation numbers he's created. His separation numbers are actually relatively high. So he's getting separation. He's not targeted a lot because the Jets don't throw the ball deep. So basically just chill on Arian Smith and we'll see.
Look, let's see if he gets better over the next, 9 games we have here. But he did make a nice play. You referenced the route. That was a big moment in the game. Fields put it on him, and he caught it, didn't drop it, knew where to be. So we will take that. All right, next play here. A little AZ doing his thing again. Love this man. The rookie was balling.
Dude, I got 3 more plays or 2 more after this one of Azareye'h Thomas, I believe. Oh no, so this is the rep we were talking about. So this is to the bottom, right here. Did he actually get a PD on this one, Jake? Do you know if on the stat sheet he got a pass deflection? I'm not 1,000% sure to be transparent, but regardless, on the bottom versus Chase. Another really, really good rep. Now, the only thing I'll say and the only nitpick I have for him is and I said this with Brandon Stevens in his film, once the receiver is looking back for the ball for about 5 yards, just play through the receiver. Do not try to play with your hips to the sideline back to the ball because you should anticipate the ball being there. So that's why he gets lost a little bit late here. But overall, again, gets a shuffle in, gets both hands on Chase, clearly affects him, jolts him at the line of scrimmage, really makes Chase bow that route out. Like Chase starts the route at the bottom of the numbers, and because of Azareye'h's press, he bows him out, 5-6 yards to the sideline, giving Flacco a smaller window to hit the pass, stays over top of the route, hand fighting, turns, in my opinion, the wrong way, but he's so tight that he's still able to get his left hand on the ball. Chase goes to catch the ball. Azaria Thomas gets his left hand up and through, maybe got a pass deflection. If not, he still plays it enough where Chase couldn't bring it in, dives back in bounds and gets a pick, but didn't reestablish himself. So he's not going to get the pick, but him versus Chase, big situation, and he shut him down again. So I don't know how you think he could have had a bad, people out there, he had a bad game, he gave up a touchdown. Absolutely not. He was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, corner is such a tough position to play, and he's a rookie against the best receiver in the league. Like, what do you want from him, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
Minus quarterback, corner, in my opinion, is easily the hardest to play in the NFL, just because of all the things you're not able to do. It's almost impossible, So look at Sauce. How many times he's been called for holding in situations where I don't think he should have. But nonetheless, this one from Azaria Thomas. I believe this one is. I think I might have wrote it down. I think this is on third down, actually, or maybe it's not. It's not third down, but top of the screen this time versus Higgins. Let me see if this is the rep. If this is the rep, watch him press Higgins here, Jake. If you're not, I don't know how many screens you have up and all that stuff. Watch him press him here. Like, watch how impressive he jams the crap out of Higgins on that play. So you like to see, one, the fact that he's able to jam Higgins. Two, there's some press reps where he's being really aggressive. There's presses where he's showing soft shoe. There's presses 2-hand punches. There's presses with 1-hand punches. So he's changing his technique up, which is excellent. This press rep knocks the crap out of Chase, gets hands on him. Chase hands fights to Azaria Thomas, who disrupts the route completely. Flacco initially looks to the bottom of the screen, but nothing's open. His eyes then flash to right here to Higgins on the top, but Azaria Thomas is all over that route. He's all over it. Flacco can't find anything. Will McDonald's it's a palm stunt. So that's what you call a palm stunt. We're gonna have the 2 D tackles. They're gonna knife to the right side, and then Will McDonald's gonna wrap around to the other side. If you actually watch the stunt, though, it actually doesn't end up landing, and Will McDonald kind of ends up running into the Q and the center. This isn't executed clear.
Look at Quinn's performance before I bring on Michael's super chat here about him.
Yeah, not great in this game. He had the one play late where he blew up a run on I think it was 2nd and 10, but overall quiet. I think the entire middle of the defense, like the corners, Stevens, Azaria Thomas, and Brownlee were all excellent, but the safeties weren't good, missing tackles. The linebackers were. I know that Quincy had some big plays in this game, but in terms of run fits and stuff, Quincy was dreadful at times in this game. Sherwood was also dreadful in this game when he came back in the game. And the defensive line, all of them got pushed around and didn't create as much pass rush juice as you'd expect versus the Bengals offensive line. So this is one of his worst games of the year, if not the worst game.
Michael Levinson in the raffle for 5 with the super chat. He says, Jacob, we're offered a 1 in the 3 or 4. Are we taking that for Quinnen Williams? Plus, who else would you see being on the market? I don't think they're going to be offered that. I think they might take it if they were, but I don't think they're going to be able to get that right now for Quinnen. If they're going to trade Quinnen, this feels like an off-season thing because he's going to want more guarantees in his contract. You get more teams potentially involved in the bidding if you wait. I don't think he's going to be dealt. If I'm offered a 1 and a 3, though, I got to strongly consider that because Quinnen's 27. Yeah. You have to give him another contract or guarantee him more money. If I could get a 1st and a 3rd, I got to strongly consider that. I don't think they're going to trade him, though, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I literally just talked about this 2-3 hours ago. I think that's where the conversation starts is a 1st and a 4th or a 1st and a 3rd. A 2nd round pick I put on Twitter. That'd be malpractice by the Jets to get rid of them. To me, I compare it, and everybody compares it to this. I'm sure you use this analogy as well, but it's like the Peter Griffin thing where it's, you have the boat or the mystery box, which could be a boat. So you're trading Quinnen Williams for what you hope can then be Quinnen Williams. I understand he's 27 years old, 28 years old, but he's excellent, and he's going to be excellent for another 3 or 4 years. The Jets need talent. They don't need to get rid of talent, So to me, you want to keep Q, but if somebody's going to blow you out of the water, they blow you out of the water, and you take it. But I don't want to just get rid of good players for no reason,
100%. I don't think they're going to trade Brees either, by the way, as we're talking about the Jets star players. I don't know what you're going to get for him. I'd rather keep him at this point. You had the franchise tag. I'd want to try and bring him back. I think him and Isaiah Davis is exciting for any young rookie quarterback to be able to have. I don't know, man. Unless you're telling me I'm getting a 2nd or even a third, which I don't think they will for Brees. I don't want a 5th round pick for Brees. I'm good.
What's the tag number for the running backs? That's it's probably what, like 12, 13 million ish right
13
there.
13-ish, yeah.
Yeah. So my kind of thoughts on it is like you go to Brees, you have a conversation with him. If he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to be here. If he does, great, sign him. But the franchise tag adds an interesting wrinkle, right? Because I think he'd probably get around 11, 12, 13 million dollars in free agency. So if you don't get at least like a 3rd or a 4th round pick, yeah, I think you probably just tag him, right? Like they have $80 million in cap space. My concern is that Brees doesn't want to be here. He might outprice himself, but that franchise tag is gold if you want to use it on him. Build around, have him with the offensive line, hopefully add some defensive pieces and build around the rookie. I'm okay with keeping him as well.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, comments, questions, your super chats. They cut the line. We're going to get to more film breakdowns, and we'll do some calls as well. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the film. Joe Blewett, take it away.
Yeah. Only one more play, and we're gonna watch the top here specifically with Azaria Thomas and Brownlee on the slot. So Azaria Thomas, I believe, is this Chase or Higgins? It's Higgins, but another really good press from him. Again, getting a shuffle in, both hands on, clearly affecting Higgins. Fights to maintain contact through the route, and he doesn't want to after the initial jam, the separation here, he doesn't want to get too flat, so he crosses his face. So he does a good job of opening up, letting Higgins come to him, playing the route vertically first, and completely mugs that route. Like you have a smash concept to the top there, mugs it, and then there's some separation at the top there with Brownlee. But overall, Brownlee does a good job, inside leverage, slow plays it, gets hands on, and when Flacco is reading this to the top, he does come off of it eventually. When he's reading this to the top, though, there's nothing to throw there. Like that's strictly on Brownlee and Azaria Thomas in that instance. He gets to the bottom, but there's pressure from JJ, so he's forced to just, throw the ball away. And this is 3rd and 9, and then 4th and 9, you have the Brownlee pass deflection, or he plays that ball over the middle. But you have quite a few reps here on key situations, 3rd down, where Azaria Thomas and Brownlee are coming up in massive, again, in those huge spots. So I was honestly blown away by Azaria Thomas in this game, and I'm a stickler for corners. I was very, very happy with him.
That's awesome to hear. And I give credit to the defense. I know they gave up a ton of points, but how many times have we seen the reverse as Jet fans, where the defense plays well and they can't get the big stop at the end, though? And it happened a lot last year. It's why they lost all these games in the 4th quarter. It's like they'd have the lead and they just couldn't hold on to it. They'd blow it. Defense was bad for most of the game, but they got some big stops late, especially when they needed to at the very end there. So nice to see that. And I think the corners were great. The big issue in this game was the run defense, and the tackling was brutal. They missed 16 tackles in this game?
Yeah. Credit Glenn, like only 11 penalties through 3 weeks or whatever it's been. So credit him for that. But the tackling has to improve. Like I said, literally everybody on the defensive front, like Harrison Phillips had a good game. Michael Clemens actually had a play or two where he strung out a run and all that stuff. Quincy had a few plays, like the PD on Chase and the tackle for loss. But Quincy on some of these plays in the run looked awful, like really, really, really bad. And that's the problem with him and Sherwood is they both are guessers, and I don't like two guessers next to each other. So I think you need a linebacker next year who's much more conservative than Quincy, because he looked brutal. Sherwood was terrible. Malachi Moore missed 3 tackles and was beat on 3rd down, or I think it was 3rd down, where a play action sucked him up and he lost his assignment in the curl to flat. Cisco has been a no-show. The defense was dreadful in this game, but like you said, give them credit. The last 2 drives, they shut down the Bengals. Was it 2 3-and-outs, or a 3-and-out and a 4-and-out, I guess? So at least when it mattered at the end of the game, they stepped up. So give them credit there, but the entire middle of the Jets defense was abysmal in this game.
I have an offensive line question I wrote down to ask you about. Have you seen enough from Tippmann where next year he's the guard and you go and get a center? Maybe you bring Myers back, you draft someone, whatever. Yeah. Because I like the idea with Armand Membo playing as well as he is, and I think Tippmann's had a really nice season too. I like the idea of locking up our right guard, right tackle combo on that side of the offensive line for years to come.
Yeah, I honestly think the play from initially with like guard from center. I think he was better at guard, but since the season as I played out a little bit more, I think he's basically the same as he is center to guard. The only thing that guard does versus tackles or center is it eliminates the bad snaps. We saw one bad snap this season from Myers on that broken play. Was that actually the Broncos game 2 weeks ago? So you eliminate the snap problems, so it's more beneficial from to be at guard, but I don't think the play has like dramatically increased from center to guard. It's just, okay, guard eliminates those snap issues. So I think he gives you flexibility in the draft and free agency. Hey, whatever one's going to be available, bring in that guy, and then he flexes. But like you said, for continuity's sake, keep him next to Armand. I'm cool with that.
I mean, that was one of the best offensive line games the Jets have had in years. Fitting that they did it on the day we lost Nick Mangold. It was a little tribute to him. But how much of it, in your opinion, is Bengals defense? They're terrible versus, hey, maybe this team, they're not going to score 39 every week, but can we get some competency? Because if we get some competency, at least we're a watchable team these next 9 games.
Yeah. To be honest, it's a little bit of the Bengals defense. Now give them credit. Like they're still an NFL team. I think Fashanu, Tippmann, and Membu, they all had 0 pressure, 0 hits combined. So excellent game. Now, who are they really working with on the defensive front, especially once Hendricks goes? But still, they performed well, even with considering that the Bengals defensive front is not great. And then same thing with the offense versus the defense. Like, listen, Fields last couple of weeks, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He couldn't read anything. This game, he was more confident. There was definitely a few plays he left out there, skipping reads, hesitating, things like that. But overall, was more confident. But I would be lying if I said that the Jets didn't greatly benefit from the fact that the Bengals are the 31st defense in the NFL. I'd be lying if I said that. They definitely helped out. They're playing a really bad defense. But with that being said, they played the Cowboys, who are a bad defense, and got shat on. Yeah. They played the Panthers, who have bad defense, and got shat on. So at least they did what we expected them to do. Positive step.
Love it. Ralphie in the raffle for 2. Ralphie, hope your procedure today, I'll leave it at that, went well. Ralphie yesterday winning a Nick Mangold jersey, so props to him for that. I thought Quincy was the fastest defensive player on the field. I'd like to keep both Williams brothers for the turnaround. They both care. They both want to be here and play with each other. Thoughts? Oh, that's what she said with that last one. But anyway, Ralphie, as far as Quincy, I just think it's tough to picture him here because they already paid Sherwood. Are they going to spend big money on another linebacker?
Yeah. So we talk about 15 million ish for Sherwood, another 10, 11, 12 for Quincy. You got like almost $30 million tied up in linebackers. You need maybe a safety or 2. You need another linebacker. You need a D end. You might need offensive lineman. You need a receiver 2 and 3. Maybe another tight end. Like, I just don't think it's the smartest allocation of resources, 1. And then 2, their fit together isn't great because, like I said, they're both light. They're both guessers. I want a guy who's a little bit more consistent next to Sherwood because they have extreme volatility, these 2 guys next to each other. And again, being just transparent, Quincy had some good flash plays, but overall, it's a negative game for me. I was not very impressed in his debut or his comeback, I would say, not his debut.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Joe Blewett, as always, killing it with his film breakdowns. Reminder for those of you just tuning in, Nick Mangold jersey is up for grabs at the end of the show today. And our top prize is a signed Nick Mangold related item in our weekly raffle series. New set of prizes. We did our weekly raffle this morning. It's our 47th raffle since December 1st of last year. So almost a year's worth of weekly raffles. Wayne Corbett signed football. Justin Fields signed jersey, among the other prizes you have a chance to win this week on the show. Mr. Blewett, you got time for some calls today?
Yeah. Fire them up. We're going to get a Beast film breakdown.
Beast is actually not on hold right now, so I can't even. Beast is wasting his time on the Addy show right now, so I can't even go to Beast. Let's see. Snowball says, I'm actually still at Goldie's. I never left. Mr. Bonesy, actually, we already read that one. I just want to get caught up on the Super Chats. Gator had one that I wanted to hit. He goes, Aroldis Chapman, I'd rather retire than play for the Yankees again. How many active ex-Jets players would say the same? All of them? All but Zach? I mean, the ones that had, like, awful experiences from the fans might say that, like, who were booed and didn't have success here. But I think there's a lot of guys that loved their experience with the Jets. Like, Joe Flacco talked about how he loved being a Jet. He just wished they won more games when he was here.
I think it's the biggest thing, right? Like whether we talk about coaches or GMs or players, whatever, just win and everything's better. Would you want to be here if you were, a Jets player over the last 10 years? Probably not, unless you had ties to the organization. And like I say, you get paid less in New Jersey, which is complete crap. So it's harder for Jets to attract people and keep them here just based on the, the state and how much they tax people. But yeah, I don't think anybody's really just going to retire here instead of playing elsewhere, right? I don't know.
Big Steve says, why does Justin Fields choose to cry in a closet versus car or the shower? Good question. Jake, where do you like to cry? I don't have a preference. I don't have an exact spot. I will say the last time I cried was actually Sunday. I teared up watching Rex Ryan's emotional tribute to Nick Mangold on Sunday Countdown. So that was just tough to stomach, and that was the last time that I really got choked up. But I don't have a specific spot. That was in an Uber on my way to the watch party, for those curious.
So you like this? So your answer is you like to cry on Ubers to watch parties, very specific times.
Apparently, yes, I do. I do my crying before I watch the Jets, and then usually during the Jet games as well.
Yeah, man, I don't have a specific spot, but I've become a little bit of a mush now. It's becoming a father, so whenever there's some stupid, like not nostalgic, but like a little kid becoming old type shit gets me now. So I don't have a specific spot, but any of those videos of like a kid who's 5 years old and he grows up and he's like 25 years old, it's those hit me a little bit harder now. But I guess maybe in the shower, I guess it would be my preferred spot. Nobody can see me. I'm already wet. I don't have to hide it so much,
That's well done. Boomtown wants to know, with Chris Johnson handing the game ball to Glenn, was it Woody not being available or more him not wanting to inflame an awkward situation further? I'm actually asking around on that, Boomtown, because it was Chris Johnson giving the game ball to Glenn, and Woody was nowhere to be seen in any of the photos or videos that I've seen from the locker room. So was he there and he just didn't go in the locker room because it would have been awkward after what he said, or was he just not there altogether and Chris was there representing the ownership group? I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, like we can't 100% know, but I think if he was there, it's definitely smart to send Chris Johnson in, like with the vibes he put out this last week. Like, what is he going to be jumping up and down, hugging Justin Fields after the game? Like, just better idea. Like, hey, Chris, you go in there, you handle that. I'm not liked in the locker room right now. So, yeah, I think he probably sent Chris in there if he was there.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Let's get to your calls. First up today is the Chuck Wagon. Hello, Mr. Chuck Wagon.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Joe.
Let's go.
I have a feeling that Justin played a little bit better, mostly because he didn't rely so much on Garrett Wilson. After watching the tape, do you feel like Justin was able to go through his progressions better, not having to rely on Garrett so much?
Yeah, I think he has a tendency to stare at Garrett Wilson a little bit and hope that he opens up. So the fact that Garrett wasn't there, yeah, maybe he progressed a little bit quicker. But we saw it in the Steelers game, even with Garrett Wilson. Like I think the fact that he had the comments this week and he was, like you said, crying in his closet, like he realized like, hey, this may be my last shot to start with the Jets, and he just let the ball rip. Like I think the Jets told him, hey, let the ball rip. Don't hesitate. If you throw a pick, you throw a pick. I think he felt that pressure, but you're right. I think it could have been a situation where, hey, maybe Garrett wasn't there, so he's a little bit more willing to distribute the ball.
Okay, sounds good.
Chuck, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
The Chuck Wagon checking in. Hey, Snowball had this earlier. I put him in the raffle for 2. Nick Mangold gone too soon. I remember speaking to Nick in his rookie season at training camp at Hofstra. God bless his family. Yeah, it's just still doesn't feel real. It's hard to believe, man. I hope the next thing that we could do for Nick Mangold beyond, raise awareness for, people going through similar situations with their kidneys is get him to the Hall of Fame and let his family be able to enjoy, that whole experience with him being honored.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like that, like 2 things, right? Like, why don't the Jets, there's a lot of like memorials and stuff, not memorials, but like statues and stuff outside of stadiums. Like, can they add a little statue outside the stadium or a little area for him? And other than that,
retire his number 2.
Does Fashanu have to give up the number now? Like, is he able to keep that? Like, or do you think he just transitions to a different number and then they retire that number? Because it feels a little bit weird with him wearing 74.
Yeah, well, he could easily just be grandfathered in if he wants, like kind of what Mariano Rivera was to the number 42 when baseball universally retired it for Jackie Robinson, of course. Maybe he would want to change his number, though. I don't know. I wonder if they'll ask Olu about the number 74, if it means something a little more to him knowing what happened with Nick Mangold.
Yeah, Fashanu. If not Fashanu changing the number, it has to be the last person to wear 74 for forever. Same thing with like 80 though. I don't think 80's ever been retired, but nobody actually wears it. So yeah, can you just retire 80 and 74? It's not like we have a star-studded history where we have no numbers like the Yankees. Like just get rid of 74 now, retire it, and retire 80, and they have plenty of numbers to choose from. They're fine.
It's odd that 80 is not retired because nobody wears 80. You're right. No one's worn it since Corbett.
Yeah.
But the only numbers that are actually retired in Jets history are Namath, Maynard, Curtis Martin, Klecko, and Dennis Byrd.
Yeah, exactly. So like, why? So guys are like, hey, I want to wear 80. And they're like, no, under the table. Like, you cannot wear 80. We're retiring it in 10 years. Like, what the hell are they waiting for with Wayne Corbett? Because people definitely want to wear it. I remember right after Revis left, like some scrub wore 24. So it's not like it can't be available. So just get rid of 74, put it up in the rafters, give him a little memorial or something in the stadium to memorialize him because he deserves it, dude. He was the epitome of a Jet, from Ohio. Came to, moved to New Jersey. I believe he lived right by Florham Park, really like integrated himself with Jets fans. We all loved him. So, he's you got to do him right.
Well said. More of your calls. Raven is on the line. Raven, you're next. What do you got for us? Does Raven know she's on the line? Raven.
Nope.
Raven going once. Raven going twice. Let's just see how long we can keep Raven on before she notices that we're on the air.
She's 2 minutes behind. She's listening to something else, and then this is up, and now she's just listening to us talking. She's like, "Oh my god!" The surprise face.
Yeah. What if she's on severe delay and now she's just learning? Oh wow, I'm on the air, but we're not even at that part yet. She's just here chilling.
I don't know. Shopping.
Yeah. What
are we doing here?
They just got the green screen behind us. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh my god, I've had my computer muted the whole time. How long was I on?
Maybe like a minute.
A full minute? Oh my god. No, I had you guys muted.
Are we that boring? I mean, I thought we've had a pretty good show.
Oh my god, no, not at all. I was oh my god. Not my best moment. Not my best.
Well, we all could use a nice laugh, so that was tremendous. What do you got for us, Raven?
So you guys were literally on me for like a full minute, just like looking at me like on my phone, like fucking messing around.
We heard a sound effect, and I'm like, I'll just see how long I could stay with Raven until she notices. And about a minute went by, so it wasn't that bad.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm happy to be here. No, I was ordering some stuff on Amazon. So Halloween.
I did say shopping. I guessed that you were shopping, and I was correct. So there we go.
Joe called.
It's victory.
Yeah, no, I need some last minute things for my Halloween costume. So yeah. But no, it has been a great show. I had you guys sorry, I only had while I was trying to concentrate. So but anyways, no, I was looking at you guys break down the game tape, and I kind of wanted to see what I saw. I think the biggest thing is that we kind of saw what we saw in week 1, because that for me, that was honestly the biggest like global concern, how we went from looking like, okay, like, we could maybe do some things. This isn't like a completely bad team, to just like getting like progressively worse each and every week. So I really liked seeing that. And I think we saw what scheme we wanted to run this entire time, where you have a strong run game, but getting a pass game, and limiting Justin Fields as how many situations he's in where he has to go long. But by the same token, he had almost 250 passing yards without Garrett Wilson and without Josh Reynolds. Now, listen, I know Josh Reynolds hasn't done much more than the receivers we had on the field, but he's still, just for all intents and purposes, our wide receiver too. So he did all that without him. So I think, logically speaking, it should get better. But the biggest thing is that, so I talked to my dad, who's, as you guys know, has been a long-suffering Jets fan since the Shea Stadium days. And he agreed with me when I said, I think the best iterations of the Jets have always been one where you had a strong defense to start. And I think we started to see the defense gel together in the last couple weeks. Listen, there's still a lot to go through. We're not getting enough turnovers. We're not making enough interceptions. We're not doing a lot of sacks, but it's gotten better. So I feel like that can certainly like catalyze maybe a stronger offense. I guess like the biggest thing to me is that while we still have a really long way to go, this game showed me that there can be solutions to the problems that we currently have. And
well,
I think
they played well, and they scored 39
Yeah.
points without Garrett Wilson and Josh Reynolds. So I know the Bengals defense is bad, but like, hey, give credit to Glenn and Engstrand. Like Fields could have been, it would have been very easy for Justin Fields down 10-0, 17-3 to be like, I suck, I have no confidence, I'm bad, we're screwed. And like he stayed with it, and they got Fields ready to play, and he played well and rewarded them. I mean, Woody's comments, like it could have went one of two ways. They could have completely quit and no-showed, or Glenn could have used it to rally the team, and I think it was the latter, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it says something too that through all of that tumult of the past week, that the guys are sticking with it and they're still fighting for Aaron Glenn. I mean, I do think that everyone in the building believes in what we're building towards, which is a slow roll, obviously. I mean, listen, it as shocking in certain ways as it is how we've been playing, it's kind of not in certain ways, considering we have so many holes in the roster even still. And from what I remember of the offseason and the draft is that there weren't a lot of options to legitimately fill those roles. So, we took a couple of shots in the dark on some team-friendly contracts, fully knowing that it's possible that none of these guys worked out, but some of them have. And I think, we're also seeing the learning curve that comes with being a rookie offensive coordinator, rookie head coach, rookie GM. We're seeing like the learning curve, maybe, a lot of the mistakes I've seen over the last few weeks have all been just like dumb things you learn by developing that instinct to coach in football. What do you guys think of all that? I know I just said a lot.
Raven, great call. Go rewind the beginning of your call if you want a good laugh. And we're glad that we got a chance to talk to you.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Raven checking in. Joe, your thoughts on some of her comments there.
I also listen to your show, Jake. I just watch it on mute, and then I just have imaginary conversations. I'm like, I wonder what Jake is saying, what the guest is saying right now, and then I just have imaginary. Same thing for like Rogan and whoever he's bringing on. I just have conversations. I just imagine what they're saying, but no, it's all good. But yeah, in terms of like the rookie OC stuff, I think he's hopefully learned that like, hey, I got to break tendencies. Every single time I bring in Max Mitchell, I can't run the ball because then teams are going to know I'm going to run the ball. Justin Fields can run the ball. Let's use him as a runner more. So that's a positive, with the caveat of like, hey, he was injured, so why did they just bench him if he can't run, because that's what he does well. But yeah, they're not having blown coverages anymore. They're not having a lot of penalties anymore. They just sucked at tackling. Where at first it was we suck at tackling, we blow coverages, and we get penalties. Not a lot of penalties, not a lot of blown coverages. Just learn how to tackle. So again, steps in the right direction. And then, like you said, rookie staff, all that stuff, they're going to have their lumps, and look like Engstrand might have learned from some, but 9 more weeks to prove that this isn't just a one-time thing.
Comments, questions, super chats. Big fella checks in. He's in the raffle for 2 with this. The heart and soul of the Jets deserves to have his number retired. The future Hall of Fame center, an amazing human, needs his number in the rafters. Who wants to fly with them Jets?
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Amen, big fella. I agree. I think they should retire 74, and Nick Mangold to me is a Hall of Famer. So I'm going to do everything in my power to campaign for Nick Mangold to be in Canton someday. Hopefully that day is coming soon.
Yeah, I think this elevates him definitely into the Hall of Fame, and just little stuff. Throw a 74 patch on the helmets and stuff like that for the rest of the season. Whatever it may be, but you have to honor that man, right? Because he did it right, and he was the first guy. That was actually the first draft I ever remember watching, but you don't really pay attention to a lot of offensive linemen. They're usually quiet, but he was the first one with some bravado that we all kind of connected to, or at least that I did. So yeah, do right by him. Again, go to Matt O'Leary and order his stuff. The 74, for the donations to the whatever that kidney, I think it's kidney disease or something like that. I forget exactly what the company is, but yeah, do right by him. Rep your Mangold stuff. Build a shrine of him. All this stuff because he deserves it.
Love it. Mr. Blewett, you are the best, my friend. Thank you for coming on. Glad we got to do one of these after a win. And next week, we'll do some college QBs, give people a little feel for what we're going to be screaming and yelling at each other about all offseason debating.
Oh my God, it's already started. It's already started with the online stuff. Like, no, Mendoza can run, so I'm already getting a little bit of it. But yeah, we're gonna have. So I've done more. I've done Mendoza and I've done Simpson. I've done like 6 or 7 games of them all.
What do you like so far, by the way? You're subject to change. There's plenty of games to be played.
Yeah.
But right now, you have the number 1 pick. Doesn't matter in October, but I'm just curious because I haven't watched any of these guys other than like flowing on some games and catching some drives here or there. Right now, you're Glenn and Muji, assuming they're back. Who you taking if you can take any of the QBs?
It is beyond a loaded question that I could literally talk an hour about because it's about there's minuses and there's positives and minuses to all of them. Mendoza, not really a deep ball hitter. Ty Simpson, lack of starts and stuff like that. And I'm gonna get shit at either way, whatever guy I go with. But Ty Simpson's right now is my guy.
Ty Simpson from Alabama, maybe to break the Namath curse. We need another Alabama quarterback to do it.
His ceiling is just so high. Mendoza's the safer guy, operates in structure, better against pressure, but the arm isn't the same. The mobility is not the same. The schedule's not the same with who he played versus Ty Simpson played against Georgia and Vanderbilt and all these teams. So better teams, more upside, a little bit more sketchy, but a much higher ceiling in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's him and Mendoza 1A, 1B. And then I think Moore is pretty clearly behind those guys for me, at least through 6 games so far.
Love it. We will not hold you to that because we got a long way to go before decisions actually get made. Joe, you're the best. Plug anything you got cooking on JetX.
Yep. Just a short review of some of the stuff we talked about today. The long review, $3 a month. You can watch the entire thing. Joe RB31 on Twitter. I put out like 30, 40 plays of each game. I'll put up plenty of quarterback film the next week. And then next week I'll have short reviews of all those quarterbacks we just talked about. And check me out on here next week as well for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Joe Blewett with us in his weekly spot. All the love, Joe. You're the man.
Yep. Appreciate you, Jake. I'll see you a week from now.
Hell yeah. Joe Blewett with us after a win. A win for the New York Jets.
First win!
Unreal. Reminder for those just tuning in, Nick Mangold jerseys, the giveaway today as we continue to pay homage to one of the all-time greats. Let's say hello to Tommy, OG Jets fan. He's next in our call-in segment here. What's up, Tommy?
Jake, what's up, my brother?
Tommy.
Can you hear me well?
I hear you loud and clear, Tommy. What do you got for us?
All right. I got a new phone, so I should be loud and clear from now on, and should be no more static on my internet. I just wanted to start out first of all saying, rest in peace, Nick Mangold. My prayers go out to his family and his kid, his kids, everything. He was one of my favorite players, but he was a better human being even than he was a player, and his jersey should be retired. And I pray that he does get into the Hall of Fame, man. Like, he was an all-time Jet legend. And rest in peace, brother. Way too early to go. And our prayers are out with you. The second thing is, we got our first win, baby. We got our first win, Jets. Jets.
Who wanna fly with them? Jets!
All right. Yes, sir. I love it. Jake, it was the best feeling in the world. I was watching the game with my mom and just we're both looking at each other. This game's going to be over. For the Jets to come back to win like that in front of my mom, she's elderly, and for me to just hug her and kiss her and then say, the Jets won a game. That's how loyal these Jet fans are, man. Like, I don't care about 0-17, like you said. Like, the Jets can draft number 1, and we will still pick the wrong quarterback, man. So, like, we have 9 games to go. I want to see the Jets improve in every game. I want to see them keep putting points on the board, keep having Aaron Glenn's back. Like, not a big believer in him, but if his team is behind him, then I'm all rooting for it. If his team is behind Aaron Glenn, let's go. And my question was, before Joe Blue fell off, was I don't want to trade Brees. Brees is number 2 on our offense behind Garrett Wilson. Okay, we'll all say that. I know he's a running back. I know running backs don't last long in the NFL. They last maybe 5 to 9, 8 years or something like that. But this guy is something special, man. And there's no way you trade this guy. But my question was, the way Isaiah Davis is playing, right? And then you get Braylon Allen back. Braylon Allen hasn't really proven anything, but he has the size and the body to possibly become a number one. And you got Isaiah Davis.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I like Braylon Allen's potential, but now he's coming off knee surgery. We don't know exactly what he is. If you can get Brees back, whether it's the franchise tag or getting on a 2-year deal, I'd strongly consider it, Tommy, because I agree. No matter who the quarterback is next year, you want a real running game. And I think Brees, Isaiah Davis, and Braylon Allen, that's a good room you keep together for a rookie quarterback who's going to need a running game to help the development.
And Jake, I don't think you get rid of Jermaine. I don't think you get rid of Quentin. I don't think you get rid of anybody besides scrubs like Michael Carter, who's had a horrible year. If you want to get rid of him, you want to get rid of Lazard. You want to get rid of the scrubs. Don't get rid of our interior and our strengths to this team, because we are 1 year away. If we seriously, I'm talking realistically. If we get a quarterback, okay, say we only win 3 or 4 games, and we do get a quarterback, and he's getting developed under Justin Fields or whoever, we have the pieces in place where we can be right in the playoffs in two years, bro. Like 2-3 years. We're going to be right there on the top if you find and hit that quarterback. So, like, if you get rid of Quinn and you get rid of Sauce, you get rid of Brees, now it's just a lottery. You're just hoping that players are going to come out to be like they were. And I don't want to play the lottery. I want to play with our teams, the players we got, the players we drafted, the players that, if they want to be here, first of all, they want to be here, they're Jets. Keep them here. Don't get rid of them, bro. Like, I don't care if we win 3 or 4 games. Keep our studs here. And Jake, God bless, brother.
Tommy, I'm glad you didn't have to call out of work this week because the Jets got to win. Hell yeah. Dan Philcox writes in, RIP Nick Mangold. Mangold miracle. Fields getting vulnerable and crying to God. Glenn is the locker room. Don't trade Brees. Build on the win. Love. I'll tell you what. You can say whatever you want about Aaron Glenn, and I think all the criticism we've had has been fair. Players are still playing for him. That's not nothing. Now they got to keep winning games. You can't go out against Cleveland and no-show and lose, 17-3 to the Browns when you haven't won a home game all year. Like, let's see if they can actually build on it. But all we could do is evaluate in real time. They had a great win Sunday, and the team's fighting for them. Now let's see how they respond coming off this bye week.
Who want to fly with them?
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Time to say hello to everyone's favorite Colts and Jets fans.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that those take steroids. I need some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
Hey, Jake, how are you?
Mr. Gorman, how are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, I got to agree with what Tommy just said earlier. Don't trade Brees. Don't trade Quinnen. Don't get rid of your stars. Keep them around. Keep them as building blocks. Build them because we're trying to build something special here for this franchise. And if you bring in a rookie quarterback, he's got foundational pieces to work on. So, if we get rid of those guys, we're just starting all over again. So I would keep Brees. Brees is arguably my favorite player on the team right now at this point. I mean, I do like Olu, Armand, and some of the other guys, but Brees is a really good player. Right now he's the 6th leading rusher in the NFL this year.
I agree, Charles. I agree. Now, does Brees Hall remind you of Jonathan Taylor?
He's a lot like Jonathan Taylor. He can run inside. He can run outside. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. But
what if Brees got traded to the Colts? Would that excite you to have a 1-2 combination for your favorite team?
I don't think Brees Hall should be traded at all.
Now, what are your thoughts on Daniel Jones? Is he now your favorite quarterback?
No. You could stop now, Jake. He's not my favorite quarterback. No.
Dave Briga wants to know who your favorite Colts player is. Have you thought about apologizing again to the community and seeing if they'll take you back?
I thought we did that yesterday.
Yeah, but not everyone maybe saw it. You know, this is not just a one apology and then people accept you. I think you got to build up goodwill again.
I'm sorry, everybody. I wasn't on my meds.
Also, you're wearing a Colts shirt.
No, I'm not actually. I'm wearing this.
I think you should take off your shirt and you should go put on a green Jet shirt immediately.
I think I'm fine with this shirt on. Thank you.
No, don't wear Colt blue. You're reminding people that you betrayed the Jets. I'm trying to help you. This is a visual presentation here. I'm always wearing Jets gear. Yeah, take off your shirt. All right, get the people what they want. Put on a Jets t-shirt. Beast, what do you think? You should put on a Jet shirt, right?
See, that means yes in Italian.
Thank you for clarifying, Beast. Appreciate that. Now stand up. Hey, I heard you. There you go. Now, what do you want to say to Jet Nation?
I'm sorry. I wasn't on my meds. Plus, I wasn't thinking clearly. I apologize. I was an idiot. I was a damn fool.
Now, give us a Jet chant, Charles.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Well done. Now, with this video just dropped today, Aaron Glenn in the locker room. Who wants to fly with them Jets? I'm going to need you to scream it after you see him say it.
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Let's see it, Charles. Let's see it.
What do you want me to do exactly?
Get up and give us a jet plane, baby. Let's go. But you gotta fly in the camera shot, otherwise it defeats the purpose. Now scream. Who want to
E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
Why don't you do the plane facing us?
Is this
Now
better?
scream, yeah, and scream. Who want to
E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
scream? Who want to fly with them Jets?
Who want to fly with them Jets, baby? Who want to fly with them?
Mike Perez is not buying it, Charles. He says, "Don't you dare say we. Go ride your horse." Now, Spencer Green says, "Hey, hell, Charles, half the chat betrayed Glenn and our team too. Don't let him bully you." Charles,
What?
what are your thoughts?
I don't care. If people don't want to, at this point, I can make a bunch of videos telling people that I'm sorry, but if they just want to call me, keep calling me a traitor, then that's their problem. I wasn't in my right mind. I know people don't want to use that as an excuse, but it's true. I wasn't on my meds at that point.
So now you're all in on the Jets again. You're back.
I never really left, but yes, I'm back.
Papa Jet says, either you're on the train or not jumping off and getting back on.
Yes, I get the point.
Ralphie says, tough titties, Charles.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle Clifton says, Charles is cool, always.
Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that.
Eli Bet says, invite me to your Halloween party and I'll let it slide.
Fine. You can come to my Halloween party on Friday.
All right, Charles. Why don't we try and do this? Give us another Jet. Who want to fly with the Jets? Let's go. We're going to win people over. I'm on your side here.
Who wants to fly with the Jets, baby? Who want to fly with the Jets? Come on.
Where's this baby coming from? Just scream it exactly like Aaron Glenn.
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Why can't I just do my own thing?
Because come on, man. I'm giving you the keys here to
Who
get
wants
back.
to fly with them Jets? Come on.
Stop starting it right away. We need a clean, let's build it up. Come on.
I'm going to do it now.
Action.
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Well done, Charles. Let me bring in my loud noises guy. Beast, give us an example there so Gorman could copy you.
I would actually said these words. Who want to fly them Jets? Who want to fly? Who want to fly? I like it. 500 yards. I like it. 254 yards rushing. I like it. Dippy, 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 go.
That's how it's done, Charles. You see?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
All right. Well, I think we did a nice job today. Another appearance by you. Keep calling in, and people, I think, will start to come around on you again. All right.
I'll keep that in mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Charles Gorman.
Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm going to talk about Spider-Man and movies and sports and video games and maybe hot chicks.
Super chat from Jet Life, who's in our raffle, says, Jake, I went and bought a hoodie from Matt, number 74. That's awesome. I got the t-shirt. Great job by O'Leary putting those out, raising a ton of money for the National Kidney Foundation. Love it. Gator says, shittiest bullshitty fraud fan with no Jets gear on when he calls in to apologize. I told Charles to put the Jet gear on, and eventually he did. Spencer Green checks in. Beast, your big ass thought Sauce played great this week and G5 last week. You're a damn fraud too. Back to winning world bets. Spencer Green in the raffle. Beast, would you like to respond to Spencer?
Go 3 yourself and go pull your pants down and do some weird stuff, you weirdo. Dickhead. Now I'm going to say this one more time. 500 yards. I like that. 254 yards rushing. I like it. More. That's what I like. That's what I want. More.
Beast, do you consider yourself a hero for saving Ricky New York's show?
Hey, with balls of hey, let me just say this. It takes some set of brains, some sets of balls, and some little pomegranates to do the job. You know what I mean? I don't like pomegranates, but if I have to eat some of those, I have to. You know, it's part of health.
Non-Jets talk. Just to hang under my guys call in.
How's everything going for you? Pretty good? I'm
What's up, man?
We're gonna have to do this. Either take 10 billion out and go get talent. Oh, Christ! $10 billion will have to be taken out. We have no choice.
I look at it like, and I lived, but last my other team, Florida. Then he said,
I already said next year. Why don't we just go out and get some talent? We have to give them the test first, and they have to pass all 3 tests. That means they got to have speed and they got to have charisma. Speed and charisma. Because you don't have these 3 things, what the hell are you gonna do for the rest of your life? Eat at Wendy's? Why are you not fucking producing? You gotta start thinking about it. Ooh.
Do you let him walk? And it's okay.
Yeah. Guys, right out of here. Right here.
That's gonna be it.
Get a new quarterback.
Thank you, Beast. Appreciate. Good Lord. Wow. Well, guys, yeah, my Wi-Fi is
What a show. And thank you to Beast for saving it the other night. A hero stepped up. That was what Beast did. Hey, I missed this before. The Bat Fella responding to Gorman said, "You better never get off your damn meds again, or I will go medieval on you, Fletcher." And then Kevin immediately sent in an Asmaniac super chat, says, "This guy Gorman is a ducking legend." That he is. You could say whatever you want about Charles Gorman, but he's a legend. Eli says, "Welcome back, Charles. Who want to fly with them Jets?"
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Love it. Daz says, "I feel that Charles deserves a second chance. I bet he knew that Sauce and Garrett Wilson didn't play on Sunday, not like some other people." Beast, would you like to respond to these allegations that are true?
I don't want to talk about them right now. We're going to move forward because, as a matter of fact, get ready to move your clock back 1 hour this coming Sunday. We're going back 1 hour, and we're not trading nobody. The only people that I see that we can get rid of, Lazard, he's not much to me. He's a chump change, 10%. Clemens, he's another Dunsky. I don't see any potential in him. We're not trading the Williams brothers. You can forget that. That's not going to happen. Isaiah Davis will be staying. And we could also think about keeping some other talents, but they have to work very hard for it. That means breaking your back, breaking your legs, breaking your shoulders, and taking much more pain.
Hey, Beast, let me ask something. Do you think the Jets have a chance this week, or do you not like their chances?
They're off, which is good. That gives me time to, as a matter of fact, I already got the base.
They're playing
today.
BYE on the road Sunday.
No, we're not. We're playing Cleveland next week. And get ready because the tree goes up in a few more days.
The tree?
I already got the base ready to go. This year's tree, get ready. Get ready because the time is coming up.
You should put the tree up on the air. Well, we'll broadcast it. People would love to watch that.
All you got to hear is the words. Like a clock. Just think of it. Tick, tick. And I don't want to hear next year we're going to get a quarterback. Let's see how we do first. We're going to play it small. We're going to play smart. And I want to hear again in that locker room. You know what I would like to hear one more time in that locker room? And the home of the Jets. That's what I want to hear. You remember that hearing?
I remember. That? Hey, Beast, you got me so fired up. I want to run through my own house.
Dippy, go.
Hell yeah. All right, home stretch of the show here. For those tuning in late, Nick Mangold jerseys, the giveaway prize today, and the weekly prizes, signed Nick Mangold item. It could be a jersey, a helmet, or a football. I am trying to get something secured, but all the memorabilia sites jacked up the prices, trying to benefit from a man's death, which I think is grotesque, but that's what they're doing. Wayne Corbett signed football, and a signed Justin Fields jersey. Those are the prizes. If there's ever been a time to unload this one, it's now, coming off a great game. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Kevin's on the line. He's next. What's up, Chef?
Hey, Jake, man. How you doing, brother?
What's up, my friend? How are you?
Hey, man, another day. Thank you for having me on your platform, man. Appreciate everything you're doing. Salute, rest in peace to the guy, man, 74, Nick Mangold. What such a tragedy, man, but, you know, we as a community, man, you know, it felt good to get that win. A lot of talking, a lot of awareness now with what was going on with him, man. Shout out to that boy Jose, man, owner at Don Jose, where, you know, we had that little meetup last year. You know, he was able to serve Nick and Rex Ryan a bunch of times, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, I reached out to him, you know, gave the condolences and all that, man. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet him and really wanted to. It was one of those things where, you know, being at the tailgates and cooking, he was one of those people who walk around, and I, you know, every time I was cooking at the games, I'm like, yo, I hope he comes through. I hope he comes through. And, you know, never came by, man. But, you know, his spirit's alive, man. It's flourishing. It's getting us all together, man. Even the people that really wanted us to tank, man, to not win a game, like, yo, they came out. They had to feel good, man, about a win, especially for him, man. And it took everything, like how they coached, how they played, man, the energy. Like, it didn't look like, you know, we'll try and win. They fought for that, man. Everybody. It ain't just, hey, Fields showed up, whoever. Like, yo, my boy Brees, man. Y'all know about Brees. I don't want to trade him at all. I've been saying that. That boy showed up. He had to do what he had to do. He had to run. He had to throw for touchdowns. Like, he did what he had to do to win, man. Yeah, his trade value went up, all that. I don't care, man. We need somebody. Isaiah Davis looked good. He ain't the one, man, to really take this on. It's Brees, man. We need weapons, man. Garrett. We're seeing Mason Taylor, man. He could be that jump ball dude, man, in the end zone. Like, get these bodies, man. They're all young, man. I feel good. We just got to keep on going and build on top of this. Were the negatives? Of course, man. Can we point at Michael Clemens being a goof? Of course. It's easy. Him getting cooked by Flacco? Of course, that's easy. What? It's gonna be the same stuff every single week. Lazard, hey, he had a little 3-yard, 4-yard, whatever. People talking about him blocking downfield. To be honest, Jake, I felt like he could have cost us a damn game. I don't even think he did a good job blocking. I got my son who's gonna teach us how to block, but with Lazard going downfield, he literally pushed the dude in the back. It could have been a blocking in the back, 2 hands to the back, and then the other dude, he's like boxing him out, basketball side. There was no technique whatsoever with Lazard with those two. But hey, man, the grace of God, we got through. No flags or anything like that. So we got through to see another day, man. But it feels good, dude. Like, we need the wins. I can't feel good not having no wins, man. I understand the draft picks and all that, but there's no guarantee we'll get the stuff right. So it's like, hey, buy us back in. The Browns. Yo, dude, I'm looking at ticket price. I'm like, ooh, on $100 for lower level.
It's crazy. One win, and we're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll go. You know, we're an insane fan base.
The parking, they're trying to gouge us with the parking and all that, to make up for just half the stadium not being there. But still, man, like, dude, we all feel, just off of one win. I don't know any other fan base in all of sports at 1-7 that feels good like this. I don't. I literally feel good, man, just off the one win. And it's like,
that's everything, man. That's it. Like, that's like they need it in the worst way, because I have severe doubts that it's sustainable. I think it could be a big mirage, whatever. Yep. But at least we could hope that there's something that's happening. They're turning the corner. They're being coached better now. Something connected with Fields where he could at least just be a little more consistent. Like, the next game should be winnable, though. They should beat the Browns at home with extra time to prepare. They haven't won a home game yet all year. Like, let's go, man. Like, another litmus test for the coaching staff next week, because Saleh and all the other previous Jet coaches were so bad off bye week. So let's see what Glenn can do off one.
With the preparation, the defense. All right, everyone was high over the last 2 weeks. The defense, all right, they made a couple of stops, but dude, there was a lot of holes, a lot of things not really working. Yeah, you're gonna see a ton of tackles because he's on the field the whole damn time. They had a whole bunch of first downs. But here's the thing, man. Quinnen, man, everyone's talking about trading him. Dude, where McDonald had that sack, Quinnen took on 3 linemen all at once. He took on the center. He took on the left guard. Took on the right guard. He took on all 3. Granted, it was pass protection. So, yeah, they're taking a step back and all that. But still, one dude taking on 3, which allowed McDonald to go from the right side to the left side. Dude, that doesn't show in the numbers. That doesn't show in the stats with the amount of impact that Quinnen brings to that front line, where we need it. We need the pressure, man. But let's try to build on this. That's just what I want to see. Kev, let's show the Jets how to block, man. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach the boys I'm gonna teach the Jets how to run block.
Let's go. Big championship game coming up this week, I hear.
Go. Whistle. Good job, man. Good job. We got the championship game on Sunday, right?
Yep. Oh, and also recipes to Nick Mango.
There we go.
Well said. I love it. I'm excited. I mean, I feel good about your team's chances, Chef Kev. I think they got the right coaching to put them over the top.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man. The season, if win or lose, man, amazing season. The team that we're playing on Sunday, the Yonkers, whatever they are, we lost to them 14-12. That was the one game that my son and I couldn't go to because we went to that Cowboys debacle and we missed it. We lost 14-12 in a heartbreaker. Guess what? All the other 8 games that we played, the other team scored 0 points on us. 0 points. The lowest we scored, minus that first, that only loss, was 26 points. We put up a 40 burger before. So we're good, man. We feel good. The confidence is there. We're playing the team that we lost to. It's destiny. But at the end of the day, all the kids got better, man. They got better. They're having fun. It's brotherhood. It's endurance. It's discipline. Everything with football, man. Teaching techniques, making sure you're hitting the books. You're focused with school. You're showing up on time. All these fundamentals with football, these kids got it. So cliche, whatever, win or lose, we're all winners at the end of the day, man. This group, man, we have a chance to do something really remarkable, and we'll see at the end of the day. Thank God I don't have to watch the Jets, man. We'll enjoy this Sunday championship game. Jake, I appreciate your time, brother.
I love it, Chef K. Great call. Good luck to your son.
Who wanna fly with them Jets?
Let's go. Let's go. Peter Stores. Charles, if I said that I never did the same bleep, I'd be lying. You're all right by me. See, Charles, keep calling and you'll win back the community. Let's see. Did I hit every super chat? I think I did. Let's get to your last couple of calls here. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael is next on the show today. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Jake, how you doing, man? Good
What's
to
up,
see
Michael?
a win finally. I watched the game at the Bergenfield Elks where it's a big Giant bar. I mean, the Giants could be playing 0-7 Saints, 0-7 Giants. It could be 7-0 Patriots, 7-0 Jets. Never get the big screen ever. So I'm there and I'm at the end and I go to my friend Andy Martino, has a big Scatterboo jersey on in front of the big TV with his wife, of course, bartending with her Scatterboo jersey, very cutesy. I said, Ando, it's 1st and goal. Jets are about to win. The Giant game's over. Can we just put it on the big screen? He goes, oh, yeah, sure. And sure enough, game was on and we finally won. And there's a fan in the background yelling for Mangold. Some of the Jet fans were just screaming. So that was a good thing to see, at the Bergenfield Elks. Chuck and Dave do a great job at the kitchen. But Fields, I don't know if it was the product of the bad defense. He takes those 7-step dropbacks, where it just seems like we can't get that 3-step release, So I just think against a good defense like Cleveland, he might have trouble. I give Aaron Glenn credit because the penalties have been down, which the last couple of games we always said what's going on.
Yep.
And, and I was at the Monday Night Miracle Miami game. Didn't leave.
25 years ago. Yeah.
25 years ago, I was in section 135. Fireman Ed was the next section next to me, 134. Okay. Really nice guy. I was with my friend's sister, and she goes, I'm going to the bathroom, but I want to talk to Fireman Ed. And she comes back 15 minutes later. I said, where'd you go? She goes, I talked to Fireman Ed. I said, no, you didn't. The Jets score a touchdown. He gets on his brother's shoulders, goes up the stairs, turns around, and points to her. And I said, geez, you really talked to him, didn't you? And she goes, yeah. And he just smiled and kept pointing at her. Great guy, just a great guy. But, let's just hope we get some more wins. I don't care about number 1 pick. I just want to win. So great day Sunday, and it's good talking to you, Jake.
Michael, great call, man. Appreciate it. Nice to see a win for sure. Nice to see this guy call in. Is Justin Fields headed back to the Ring of Honor? JJ's next.
Ring of Honor. No, I'm kidding. It was a great game for Justin Fields. I will say this, right? And this is a hot take, but I think that was one of the more impressive Jets quarterback displays that we've seen in a long time. I mean, those 2-point conversion plays are all Justin Fields. They're completely all on Justin Fields. The fact that he was able to make that throw, half of his body was on the ground, and he still gets that throw and throws it in deep enough to where Isaiah Davis can catch it in the end zone. And then on the other one where he just scrambles and makes something out of nothing with his feet. I mean, that's what we thought we were getting when we signed Justin Fields. At least that's what I thought I was getting when we got Justin Fields. And that's what made me, make that idiotic take that he would be in the Ring of Honor. Now, who knows? Maybe he turns it around and he starts performing like this for the rest of the year, or maybe he reverts back to how he's been playing over the past couple of weeks. Whatever it is, whatever that saying is, we'll find out soon. However, I know y'all think I'm crazy, man, but if we can beat the Browns and then somehow beat the Patriots, the rest of the schedule is not as difficult as might have once suspected. And I will say, go back and you grade Aaron Glenn fairly. Every team we've lost to, with the exception of the Dolphins, has a pretty decent record. So it's not like we've been getting blown out or beat by these like terrible teams, with the exception of Dolphins and maybe, Carolina. I mean, the Broncos,
JJ, your internet was going all Ricky and Y on us. So I had to drop that call. But I mean, I get what you're saying, but you're watching the games. They haven't played particularly well. They should have a few more wins right now. They beat themselves in London. The Miami game was a disgrace. They completely no-showed against a mediocre Cowboys team. They couldn't even move the ball against them. That's the one thing. I get it. The Bengals defense is horrible, but so was the Cowboys defense. And they did nothing against them. They were down 20-3 at halftime, 23-3 at halftime, I think it was. So, I mean, Carolina was atrocious. They should have more than one win right now. Let's say, I mean, to your point, if they go out there and look good against Cleveland and somehow beat the Patriots, yeah, that will show us a lot. I don't think they're running the table, though. You think they're going to beat a healthy Lamar and the Ravens? I don't. Atlanta? I mean, Atlanta's, who knows? Miami, maybe. I mean, none of the games are like, oh, there's no way, but they're also not going to be favorites in probably any of the games besides Cleveland after the bye at home and Miami on December 7th. But hey, one win allows you to be positive and dream a little, huh? Why not? We haven't had a whole lot of memberships gifted during this show. We got a new week of prizes. So I'm going to gift one to the community right now as a little thank you to everyone who's supporting the show. So if you get one, you're in the raffle coming up for a Nick Mangold jersey, and you are in our weekly raffle for our 3 prizes that we have. I officially have gifted a channel membership. Ladies and gentlemen, hit it.
Who wanna fly with them? Yeah!
Jake Mott is the recipient of the membership that I gifted. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls before we wrap up. Let's say hello to a guy who is on hold, and it looks like he has a lot to say.
One word you left out, and it's called agility. That is what brings everything to the dance. Now, to play Cleveland, you're going to need speed. You're going to need agility. And you're going to need charisma. Why? Because those 3 will bring you a win and a shot to the dance. Now, I don't know about the Patriots, because I don't like our chances against them, because lately, they've been blowing some big smoke, because I thought we were going to be the hot hit of the year, but we ran into a few bumps in the road and a couple of roadblocks going. And no, I mean, I've never had roadblocks before, but as a kid, sure, I know what roadblocks look like. They look like those little things in the street, but we'll get over those humps. Somewhere, someday, we just got to play small ball and
when you say humps, you're not referring to breasts, are you?
No. Bumps in the road. That means we're going to get over them little hurdles. Those little hurdles in the road. They'll take time. See, Aaron Glenn did say one good thing. There are going to be some bumps in the road, and we're going to have to learn to fess up to those kind of bumps. But we learned. Okay, 1-7 is a start, but we just got to go in with the momentum again like we did against Cincinnati.
Beast.
Punish them a little harder, and then go.
People want to see you fly with them Jets, as Aaron Glenn put it.
What? Well, to fly with them Jets, you got to stay positive. You got to stay hungry. You got to be like.
Give us one of these.
Who want to fly with them? Yeah!
We need one of those. Put some lights on. Let's do this properly.
Wait. I'm going to say this once. 500 yards, yeah! 254 yards running. Now we look like a team. We are ready to fight and fight and fight. Come on, I can't hear you. There's only one thing I'm going to say to this. And the home of the Giants. That's what I want to hear in that locker room the next time we go again. And when we win, let's do it again. Stay fit, stay positive, and stay true to Jesus. Dippy, 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 go.
Tremendous stuff there from Beast. You can't make it up. Love it. Sack checking in. Our guy Steven on X watching the show. Jake, this is all nuts. Think about the coincidence here. A team that couldn't move the ball at all and score points. Now all of a sudden without their number one receiver scored 39. That has a lot more to do with Cincy's historically bad defense. Probably. I definitely think it had a lot to do with that. But also give credit to the Jets for not quitting down 10-0 and 17-3. Give credit to the head coach for that. Give credit to Engstrand. Give credit to Fields for being able to handle the clueless owner's comments and not letting that affect them.
If we can just complete a pass, it would look good.
I mean, just complete asinine commentary there. And look, let's see if they could build on it, right? Maybe they needed that one win to spark them. I don't know. I have doubts. I could easily see them coming out flat against Cleveland. I hope they don't, though, and they look well coached, ready to go. Extra time to prepare. It's another litmus test for a first-year staff. And then the other thing is, too, Joe Blewett made this point earlier. He's right. They played the Cowboys defense earlier this year and did nothing against them. Right? Carolina didn't have a great defense, did nothing against them. So, let's see them go out there and prove it again. But, they did nothing against other bad defenses. And, they went out there and actually did what they were supposed to do against a bad Cincinnati defense. So, we gotta take it for what it's worth. Don't make too much of it. But I'd rather be having conversations of hope and improvement than 2 weeks of this team's going to finish with 1 win or 0-17 and got to fire everyone and clean house. We actually have fun videos to play on the show this week.
Who want to fly with them?
Yeah. Fun videos.
First win!
Last chance to get in on the raffle. I am counting the entries. Lou B says Beast is legendary status. Tough to argue that. Look at this man. Look at him. We see you there, Beast.
I'm laying down, my arms. My back's all too tight.
You tired?
No, my back is too tight.
What's wrong with your back?
Look up 5G towers. That stuff is lethal and dangerous.
Is this what you've been doing all day today, Beast?
No, it just started because they just turned them on.
Hey, I think you got to take better care of your health so this doesn't keep happening to you.
Well, let me just say this. When you got way too many towers in front of you, that stuff can be very, very damaging because I've been looking at it for quite some time. That causes radiation. That's not a good sign. That's why I'm trying to say they need to take them down because they're gonna cause me to have damage.
So you think the 5G towers are the cause for your weight?
I'm not talking weight. I'm talking in severe pain. When they turn that on, I know how that pain feels. It's like having a knife go through your back. And come next Sunday, you can expect these official words. We enter that building in New York. When we go to New York, we're going to hear these words again. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. The enemy confronts you. They are the enemy.
Beast, you're so far away from the mic, we can't hear you. Can you get up and deliver that speech?
I'm going to say even if I've got a fucking face. I want to say this once. I'm going to say it one time only. Now you're all going to listen. Strike first. Strike hard. No mercy.
Who want to fly with them?
Remember these words. The enemy confronts you. They're the enemy. The enemy deserves no mercy.
Hell yeah. Who's ready for a raffle? Someone's winning a Nick Bengal jersey.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, you see the Wheel of Champions on your screen. Who's going to win? Only one can today, but if you don't win, you're automatically entered in our weekly raffle series, so be ready. Again, congrats to our winners this morning on the show. All the prizes, 2 of them have been sent out. The other will be sent out this week. We keep moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you win, you got to email me your name. You got to email me your address and your size for the Mango jersey. I see you, Black Gypsy. I'm putting you in. Black Gypsy loves to make me do extra work after all the names have been inserted. He's in for one. All right. Good luck to everyone. Your winner is... Hey, it's our guy, Frank P. Frank P., your winner. Congratulations to Frank. Big-time supporter of the show. Hit it, AG.
Who want to fly with them?
Love it. Love it. Nice to have great videos to play for a week. Hell yeah. All right. That's a show. Thank you to Joe Blewett. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, everyone who called in. Call in tomorrow. We'll take more calls. We're going to start to look ahead to things we want to see improved after the bye week. Plus, we got to talk about the trade rumors because they are out there. We will break it down and give you the latest. Nick Shine's the guest in the morning. Jeff Parles back from his Europe vacation should be the guest in the afternoon. So I'm looking forward to having Jeff back on off a win. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. But I leave you guys with something that I think will bring a smile to your face. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy what we like to call a classic that has not been played in a long time.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat. Got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. While YouTube is blowing up, I'm doing my part. I excuse myself every single time that I fart. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop, nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop us. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Plus, he calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
Excuse me.
Give us a little moonwalk.
I can't. I got the ankle. Oh, do you not know what happened?
No, did something happen recently?
Yeah, when I was in New York, I got hit by a car.
Is there security footage of this? Can I play it on the show?
So they would probably have the footage. I mean, what am I going to do with it now?
Gator's already working on a production of this, so
yeah, I think that's why I didn't want to bring it up.
I'm going to play a drop, and then that's your cue to make a face like you got hit by a car. You ready?
All right, I'll do it.
Here we go. Ready? And Gator writes in, can he throw the headset off and vomit?
Now there's a gas station over here. I'm gonna go get some pizza and see if they have any butter to put on it.
You could have died.
But I didn't.
Hey,
Here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.